My name is Alex Gazan. I am a CrossFit Games athlete, and we're here in Vermont to train with Matt and kind of get acquainted with HWPO. A little bit ago, I'm not sure the exact timeline, but Justin kind of came up and was like, hey, I've been talking with Matt O'Keefe and Mat Fraser, and they might be bringing me on as like the coach of coaches per se, and where he goes, I go. So here we are, and yeah, we're kind of just here to get to know the team and spend some time, and obviously anything I can learn from Matt is a wealth of knowledge, so.
Oh, dude, you kidding? It takes her 5 years to warm up her shoulders. You're fine. Alex was blessed with super mobile shoulders, so she doesn't really need to warm them up that much, so.
First time in Vermont?
Pretty much, yeah. I went one time for a lacrosse thing, but I only saw the sports field, so.
How many years ago was that?
2017, 2016? It was a while ago.
You excited to be here?
Yeah, I'm excited, nervous, so excited. I still have like a little bit of stardom. I'm like, oh shit, it's Matt.
I'm sure you've seen this gym on the internet.
It's more spacious though than it looks online.
It's exactly how I remember it. In 2022, came here right before the games. Me and Danielle came, and we were here with Mal and Hopper and Dallin. We spent a couple days, and yeah, it's nice. I like it. Nice little setup.
When I first started CrossFit and I like went and watched the games, like I was such a fan, and like I'd see athletes and I would get so excited. And when I first started training with Carrie, I was so excited, and it just kind of felt like I was walking and like living in this like dream, if you will. And then I made the games and I got decent, and the stardom of like being around other athletes kind of wore off, and it just became like reality. But then like being here is kind of like a re-glimpse of that again, like, oh shit, like I'm in Mat Fraser's garage, and kind of just relighting that excitement.
So what is she doing today?
So we're gonna kind of keep it organic. Start with working on some snatching with Matt a little bit, get some eyes on, and then we'll do a little back squat, handstand, wall walk, handstand push-up complex, and some conditioning this morning. And then this afternoon, I haven't been to the affiliate yet, so I kind of want to go see what they have and come up with something fun for the afternoon, maybe using some of the toys that we don't get to play with all the time at home. So we'll see what they have. And but really and truly, like right now, one of our big things is just trying to get back certain movement, like volume prior to Rogue, just making sure that we kind of cover our bases. You know, we've been able to do a lot of things, thankfully, you know, since the accident, but certain things obviously we had to wait on, and one of the big things is just kind of like squat volume, squat endurance. So trying to build that back, and it's been kind of a little bit of a roller coaster ride. We're in a good spot right now, and just trying to make sure that she goes into Rogue feeling really good. But I think more than anything, just coming here and having as much fun as we can have.
Just 10 more sets of this and then I'll feel more.
But she could walk into the gym and bench 275,
Yeah.
so there you go.
I saw that video, yeah. I'm like, damn, I gotta work on my bench now.
Easy, come on. Drive, yes! The limit does not exist.
You know, it's a give and a take.
Yeah. Can Jake bench 275?
Sure.
I'm stoked to see the affiliate. I haven't seen it. Get your eyes on her, snatching a little bit.
Yep.
And then she has a little back squat, wall walk, handstand, push-up complex she's gonna do. And then maybe a little conditioning.
Yeah,
Let's
I think especially coming off a travel day from yesterday, let's keep the loads a little bit lighter. Like let's keep them sub 80%, just to like get you moving for the first day. But yeah, for the first session, I won't intrude too much. It's like you kind of do your thing. I'll kind of shout at you or just kind of go with the flow. See what it is first before we make a detailed plan for it. But yeah, let's start out with some snatching. Yeah, after some snatching, we might do some like snatch drops or snatch balances or something super light, just to work on like that speed. Just see where that position is without the elbows coming up from the turnover first. But after that, just kind of do your normal session.
I know where a lot of the main sticking points are, but I kind of want you to watch it without a lot of influence from me. I know you'll see it.
Watch it first with no bias.
Yeah.
Then see what happens.
Yeah. The bar feel good?
I mean, I think it's a really easy, like, I don't even want to say choice, because it wasn't really like a yes or a no. It's just like a easy transition, if you will.
I think maybe like a month before it became official, I started talking to her a little bit about it, and a little bit about like some of my chats with O'Keefe and stuff. And I think she knew for a long time that I was thinking about just, that the fact that I didn't really want to run a business anymore, especially with all the stuff in the last year with Ivy and, just in general. She's basically like part of our family. I mean, she spends half her time with my wife and my kids, and, so yeah, I talked to her about it, and I also thought like it would be a good situation for her, just as far as the community and, the vibe, and obviously just being able to come in and have, Fraser and O'Keefe and the whole crew. And so she was stoked. I think she was excited about it. I mean, I think ultimately when you have a relationship like we have, it's just a scenario where like you're happy for the other person if it's something that they think is, good for them. Obviously like she helped build Underdogs, and, was a huge part of what we've done the last few years, and obviously very proud of her maturation. It's very rare you get to take an athlete from where they're, kind of just barely cracking like semifinals, I mean, she backfilled into semifinals, and now she's one of the top 5 in the world. It's a pretty cool situation. But she was excited, and I think she's excited to be part of the family.
Justin obviously is super in alignment with Mat and the whole team, and just alignment with their views and like values, and so am I. So yeah, I think it's super cool, especially being here and kind of like seeing like the gym and like, yeah, like this is cool.
As it gets heavier, you'll see as this extension starts to pull away. It starts diving.
Extension in the pull.
Hips, knees.
Okay.
When it gets heavy, she cuts it short, dives, and the bar gets.
You're not too tight overhead. Like you're getting in the right position, but I think you're catching it where you feel strong, and then it's pulling back a little bit, or you're pulling it back a little bit. So we'll see how it goes. Another couple pounds.
That's the typicalness.
Okay. Ideally, you're skimming your shirt, but it's almost like that's where she feels natural catching it.
Right.
And then it rocks back as she comes down. So I don't even think it's a mobility. I think it's just like you almost need to retrain that groove. So maybe do another couple sets. I don't think it's not that you don't have the ability to just catch it right there, but you've just done it so many times where you catch it here and then it pulls back.
Okay.
I did the same thing when I was lifting all my heavy snatches. I would catch. Do that because it was like the bar would separate, come away, and then as I would catch it, I would have to stop the momentum, resettle, and then come up.
Is there something like
She's got really
I don't know how to fix this part?
that internal.
So I don't think it's that part that you need to fix. I think we'll do some stuff like behind the neck snatch grip power jerks.
Okay.
And so you can load up way more weight, but it's like it forces you to just catch it in that slot. So it's coming from behind the neck. So you don't even care about it from your shoulders going up. You just care about that finish so that your hands are behind your ears and you're catching it in that solid position.
Okay.
And then you go from those into snatch drops.
Okay.
The bar when you're setting up,
Okay.
when you grab the bar, your knees track forward, it closes that gap a lot. And then right before you go, I can't tell if it's your knee, if you're coming forward to the bar or if you're pulling the bar back the last second.
Okay.
But right off the floor, that bar is so far in front of you.
Gotcha.
So I wouldn't be surprised if then it's domino effect, everything's staying up in front of you.
Okay.
So try a set where from the ground. So like even before you track your knees forward, the bar's against it. You can still track your knees forward, but keep that bar. And then focus on squeezing the bar off the ground.
Yeah, snatch because I feel like there's like a disconnect.
Okay. One thing I would try to reiterate, and it's especially on, well, no, it's not going to say on both lifts, but the speed from here to here doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, either extreme that matters, but think about like squeeze. So like you shouldn't hear that off the ground.
Okay.
It should just be like take up the tension, take up that slack in the bar.
Taking out the slack.
Yeah, and then squeeze it. The speed that matters is from here to here.
Okay.
So as long as the first half of the lift is just getting into that power position, and then you're not lacking on any speed or explosiveness. The front half of that looks a lot better. And then there, it looks like from here to here, you're like muscling it into place.
Okay.
So yeah, if you're good with it, let's jump over to the squat.
So I moved to Vegas and I was just training like in the affiliate with some friends, and we followed like Forge Boys just like a template program, and it was super fun. And a few months later we saw that Carrie Pierce was like living in Vegas, and Bethany was moving here and Danielle was moving here, and I was kind of like, wow, like that's cool. But I didn't have the guts to like figure out how to just like insert myself. So I kind of just was like, no, like I'm gonna stick with what I know. And a few months later, my friend was like, hey, I have like a connection so you can like meet up with Carrie. And through like a mutual friend, I went and did a workout with them, and they were super sweet and just kind of kept inviting me, like, you're welcome to come. So I'd come a few days a week. And
She was just a young buck. I think she was 19 at the time, something like that. She had gotten in touch with Carrie and like I think DM'd Carrie on Instagram and just started coming and hanging out a little bit. And at the time I was coaching Danielle, Carrie, Bethany.
I think just out of like, just going with the flow, I was like, I should just ask Justin to coach me because I'm here.
I said no. I just didn't have the time, and I wanted to be honest with her. And I think that year she had just made semifinals.
So I just kept showing up and working out. I followed Carrie around like a little puppy dog pretty much. And then at the end of 2021 season, I like talked to Justin again. I was like, okay, how about now?
She asked me again after the games in 2021, and I was like, okay. You know, I was like, listen, I was like, I'll coach you, but at this point, I think the most important thing for you is literally to just come to the gym and show up and get your ass kicked by these monsters, like over and over. So she did.
And he took me on, so we've been working together for real ever since then.
It's just breaking a habit. You have to train yourself that even though it feels strong, like catching like from here to here, having a good grip on the bar.
And for 4 years, no one told me to like overhead squat. Like, oh, you'll figure it out, you're strong.
Yeah.
And so I literally didn't squat snatch for like 3 years.
And then like where you started, you know, you were a kid, you were a teenager, no one really taught you correctly, so you just had so many years of doing it incorrectly.
When was the last time I competed in Dubai? 2018? It was after Dubai, I like redid my snatch. So it's like I was at that point, you know, fucking 20 years into squat snatching, and it was just like, from the Dubai competition, I saw what happened with 300, and I was like, all right, I know what's wrong with it, time to like go back to basics. And so I was too far the opposite of what you're doing. When the bar came off my hip, I basically just like let go because it was in a straight line. I knew it was in the right position, but I didn't have any feeling for where it was. And so I would just pull and then dive under, hoping that it was gonna land in the right position. When it worked great. When it didn't work, it fucking hurt. And just like a regular dip trick, so nice, controlled all the way down, up.
And here?
Yeah, strip off a little weight for your first set, just get it from yeah, even though the second two look better than the first two. Does the movement feel okay? It feels super light. Yeah, you need to work. Throw on the fish. It's like you're almost too far the other way, where it's like, if you see someone catching a snatch like that with elbows and shoulders out front, it's too far forward. It's like, train that stability.
Don't bench press.
And yeah. this speed doesn't matter.
Yeah.
This speed does.
Okay.
And it's like on those ones, it's like you're dipping a little bit aggressively. You can just see it decompressing from your traps. There's so many cues that, like, if you take them for what the intent is, and for most mistakes, they're the right cue. But then there's going to be the person that it's like, all right, you took it too far. It's too exaggerated. Like, think about like when somebody says like heels, heels. It's like if somebody's walking up the bar like this, and it's like, yeah, heels, heels. It's like, all right, you took it too far.
Yeah.
So 99% of the time, it's like I have to show people, you put a PVC pipe across their hands, and it's like inside of your elbows are facing up, keep that armpit roll forward. I think you're almost doing it like a little bit too much to the point that the bar's staying out front.
Honestly, our trajectory this year was kind of where we were hoping it to be. With WFP Tour Stop 1, we won, and a lot of progress and movements that I was working on were showing. In NorCal, I got my games ticket and we won. And then on the way home from that, after camping with my husband, we got in a really bad car crash and I sustained some like pretty significant injuries that took me out of the rest of the season. The day of the crash, I was under the impression that I just had a fractured fibula, which really isn't that big of a deal. Heals 4 to 6 weeks, it's a non-weight bearing bone. So I kind of just had this like illusion that like maybe I could still show up at the games and like dink around. But as the days like kind of progressed, I had a few other things like glass in my eye. I realized I couldn't move my foot. Like my foot was not in sync with my brain. And so I found I had some nerve damage from the impact, and thankfully they didn't tell me to kind of keep my spirits high, but it was something that could have been like over a year or longer to deal with. Thankfully it's gotten better sooner than that. So yeah, I just was struggling with nerve damage, like not being able to use my foot. And then from there, the compensation from not using my foot, like I had a quad thing and just a lot of like really little stuff that all added up.
I think it was scary for a while. After the injury, we just weren't sure, and there was conflicting, reports on injuries, and we didn't know if there was severe nerve damage and all this other stuff. And the fact that we're getting close, to where I feel she's, kind of getting back to where she was. And in some cases, some of the things we've been able to work on, she's even better. Machines and being inverted and the stuff that we could actually do. So yeah, it's exciting, man. And I think there's been a change in perspective for her, just after what happened. I think it's a scenario where she feels like, she's blessed that she gets to do this. Not a lot of people do. And so I think it's just an idea of like, let's take advantage of it, and I'm excited for her to be back out there. Obviously there's, some nerves. There are going to be some nerves, first time back on the floor, but I think we're both really excited.
So I couldn't do the games. I was like kind of hopeful, and then I was like, yeah, no way. And then after the games, I was like, hey, maybe I'll be ready for WFP. And then a couple weeks after the games, I was like, no, like I still can't squat. I can't do the things I need to do to compete. But then like 3 weeks ago, kind of when I feel like the skies cleared and I started to be able to squat without pain. This is like the first full week I've just done a normal training week, and now I'm really hopeful for Rogue. Like I'm planning on going no matter what, and I'm hoping I'll be as fit as I was, but we'll see.
Yeah, so I think what you want to resist is like you'll see the people that when they're snatching over and squatting, whatever it is, they're here, it's a good position, and then as they're coming down, they have to do this. But right now you're just so open, and as you come down here, the bar wants to come forward. So it's just opening up a little bit more room in there. So it's like as you're down here, you don't want to be so extreme, but it's
Just
like
a little bit more.
yeah, just a tiny bit more room. I think that's going to allow the bar to like find.
So like a little internal rotation, it's not a lot.
Yeah, right now it's like you're just so open. I don't even think if the bar is overhead,
Okay.
there's no room.
Okay.
There's no wiggle room. When I was still lifting, it's like I'd probably snatch 3 times for every time I clean and jerked. So I'm snatching 4 or 5 times a week, clean and jerking maybe once or twice.
Yeah.
And basically like for probably 90% of the year, everything was below 80%.
How does it feel to be coached by Mat?
It's cool. He's very nice.
Is he doing a good job, or should we fire him?
He's okay for now.
It's okay, okay. Just making sure.
He's hired. He's hired.
Okay. He can keep the job.
He can keep the job.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Feeling good. I'm feeling happy and excited. I'm hoping Rogue will be fun and I'll get to compete without pain and just like enjoy it for like that perspective of not having pressure. After that, I'm hoping to like get back to where I was, and I want to win the games. So just head down and head that direction.
Of that workout, what was the target? Like, what were you trying to get better at?
We're trying to get obviously a little bit of squat volume back, just endurance, squat endurance. And especially thinking about Rogue, going into Rogue the last 3 years, heavy squat workouts paired with either couplets or triplets with 260 to 275. Last year it was paired with the handstand walk complex.
Yep.
So just trying to get a feel for that. We haven't done any metcons with heavy back squats. And so prepping for Rogue, just trying to get a feel for how it would feel for her. And then obviously I made that handstand push-ups a little bit harder just to stretch it. I mean, last year it was 8, 6, 4, 2. So this was 6s across the board with a little bit of built-in rest, obviously in those first couple sets, just to be able to I knew it would get fucking difficult, but it was just really trying to push the envelope on those handstand push-ups a little bit, that complex. Just trying to get back a little bit of that squat volume and squat endurance in with high heart rate, a little bit of high heart rate. Yeah, a little bit of high heart rate.
Thanks for this. Hi.
So the way I would have approached something like that is, I mean, it depends what the desired end result is. Like, there are times where the desired end result is to just get tougher, of just, hey, your nose is in the dirt, keep plowing. And I think there is a time and a place for that. You're not, I mean, you're always trained to get better in some aspect, but I think in a workout like this, it's okay to change it on the fly. Of if your intent is to pair these two movements, get some volume here, and then work on, you know, blasting your quads and heart rate, everything here, and then learning how to do the handstand walks. After the second round where you're like, oh shit, I have no rest time. It's like, all right, I'm inserting an extra minute so that you can still hit, these aren't a cardio piece. You're hitting these as a strength piece, and then you're working on that transition in, like cycle right there. But as soon as you got to your second round done, it's like, you're not even finishing your handstand push-ups. So it's like, all right, what are we training our body? We're training it to move slower, and then, and now you're not hitting your squats as powerful because you're coming straight from there. So now you're into a metcon instead of intervals, which they have their time and place, but if you're trying to do intervals to keep the cycle rate up, I was notorious for it, of just like, whoop, I didn't end in the time I thought I would. I'm adding an extra 30 seconds, or, you know, even 40-minute EMOMs. There's just some days where it's like, I'm just not at 100%.
Yeah.
And so, you know, 40-minute EMOM at the 20-minute mark, you're like, I'm throwing in a minute rest so I can still hit my intended goal.
Intensity.
Yeah, like if somebody's in the middle of a 5-round workout for time and taking a 2-minute break, you fucked up. But if you're doing intervals for the sake of doing intervals, it is okay to adjust on the fly.
It's been super cool to like see Justin. He's super excited to be a part of this, and his passion is coaching. And so I think for him to be the coach of coaches and build that up, he's super excited. And when he's excited, that translates into like how he interacts with me, coaching, all that stuff. And obviously like having Matt in our corner and everything that HWPO has is incredible, and the team's incredible. So I'm feeling healthy, I'm feeling excited, and I'm just excited to put it on the floor and have a comeback.